And hello, everyone, and welcome to another Improv Night with Stevie and Sho. Say hi, Shiseki.
Hello, hello.
Hi.
Shall I compare thee to a summer's day? A summer's
Oh,
day is
my
quite
God.
warm and bright, and I mean,
You'll have me
we're-
blushing, yes. But because we have to say so, just so you know, this is being streamed to the Banter YouTube channel and our Twitch. So if you come up here, you will be on a recorded stream. But yeah, speaking of things being streamed, my summer's day, Shiseki, if you would like to introduce us to our first improv game of the night.
I don't know what that transition was, but okay.
Sure.
Um,
It's the best I have.
let's go for the career game. I like that. I like that game.
Yeah,
Right.
absolutely.
All right.
So how
Okay.
you
So the
play
way that
this?
we play. By the way, the purpose of all of this is that we're basically going to play some games, and we're going to bring you guys up on stage, and we'll explain beforehand how the game gets played. So we're looking for volunteers. We need one
Mhm.
volunteer for this game. You're going to stand right here in the center, and then we're going to ask the audience for a made-up career, and then you're going to answer questions from Stevie and I, and we're just going to go through what it's like to have this made-up career. So if you'd like to take part, we need at least one person. Does
Technically, no wrong
anybody
answers.
anybody want to come up here?
Yeah. You just
Oh,
gotta
I'll
jump
do
up
it.
on stage. You don't even
Hey,
have to
come on,
raise your
Razor,
hand.
come
Just
up.
come up if you
Just
wanna.
come up.
I
Yeah,
haven't
yeah.
been up here in a while. I might
All
as
Raise
right.
well
our
try.
smiles.
Just
Oh, or
Oh,
impending
stand in the
doom.
what have
Wait,
center.
you
I
have two
done?
different names. Which one do I
Yeah.
call you?
Razor Smiles is fine.
Razor
I have
Smiles. Can we call you
impending
Raise for
doom
short?
when for that robot voice, when I go into some of the worlds like Crystal Lake,
Wha-
so people can hear impending doom has entered
ah.
or whatever.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that.
But yeah, it's
Oh.
Razor Smiles.
So
All
to
right. Well,
greet our impending doom, do we have a made-up job that they can pretend to have? Anybody?
I'm
Just shout it
I'm
out.
being brave today.
Just shout it out. You don't even need to raise your hand. Any made
is
up job
anybody
could
alive
be.
out there?
Just one. It could be one
Let the
word.
camera know
How do
there's
you call
loads
it?
of people in the audience. It's not just we're just
Yeah,
completely quiet.
they're just staring at us like
Just
statues.
shout out.
Oh, oh, oh! Was it? Oh,
Flinger.
did you say
I
something
said
or
a purple M&M.
a purple? I
Ooh.
like this. Okay, fucking.
No.
We're starting off
Great
great.
career
Okay,
choice.
Razor. I'm gonna stop rolling my R's and I'm gonna ask you.
Okay.
What is it like to be a professional purple M&M?
Um, it's very purple, I exist this way. I try I don't know.
Were you born purple
I'm
or were
just
you
a
born red
I'm
and
just
then
a purple
slowly became
M&M.
more
I
purple as
mean,
you matured? You sort of.
oh yes, yes. I mean, originally I was just chocolate, you know, and then they
Oh.
put me through this machine, and then they put candy all over me, and then they just dipped me in this purple shit, and here I am.
As you were growing older, did you have to keep like cracking out and then like being redone like a hermit crab, just getting bigger and bigger, and
Is
then
that how
like
M&M puberty works?
shedding its shell and then getting a bigger one? Like
Oh,
how?
that is when you mean when I originally was just a wee little milk
Yeah.
chocolate little dot, and then they put a peanut inside of me, and now I'm a
Oh,
peanut
Oh my
M&M.
God! Wait, are you okay?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm
what's the
recovering.
proportion of
I'm
that to your
recovering
body?
from the surgery. It was a heck of a surgery, I'll tell you what, but I'm recovering,
yeah.
Like, is the
It's,
sorry, the
one
peanut?
day at a
If I
time.
may, I have a personal question. Is this like an ostrich egg-sized peanut proportionally, or is this like or is this still the size of a regular peanut despite your human stature?
Well, I'm just
That's
a
very
tiny
personal,
little
Steve.
peanut M&M,
I
honestly. I mean,
You could tell
you
me
know,
that
it,
you don't aren't comfortable answering if that's your forte.
okay.
You
Nope,
don't have
you're
enough
just
allergy
seeing
though.
me as something else. This is a
Th-
figment of your imagination.
there
I'm
is a Fifth
actually this
Amendment on
small.
Improv Night.
This small. I'm small. I'm a
So
small little peanut M&M.
So were your
I
were your parents M&Ms or
Parents?
yeah?
What
How
what do you
how
mean
do
by
how
parents?
Well, I was going to say,
What?
how
Wait,
do baby M&Ms get
what?
born?
What
Is it
All
are
like
right,
a
when a
they?
shiseki and a box of craisins love each other very, very much, that didn't go over as well as I thought. I don't want
like
to
a
I
box
don't
of
want to
raisins?
give you
Not even
the
just
further
one.
detail. I yeah,
It's not
a
monogamous.
box.
It's like a
You're not
whole
monogamous.
collection of raisins.
You want just a whole gallery of boxes of craisins? You're a madman.
You said box.
I yeah, craisins. Sorry, wait, do
Hey,
they
you
not
know
have
what?
craisins in the UK? Am I
Craisins.
thinking
No,
of the
we don't have.
wrong
We don't.
thing?
Yeah, we don't have craisins. But I'm looking at the box part of it. So yeah, okay.
I have to be thinking of something else. Chocolate covered raisins. I don't remember what I don't remember what brand it is. But anyway, um, so now I remember that you had like closer to the start of your career, you had like a court case, like it was like in 2003 over like uh deciding whether you would be chocolate flavored or grape flavored because you really wanted to try grape, and I'm wondering like what kind how was that process for you in your career?
Well, the company is set in their ways. They don't like to make the M&Ms taste like any other kind of flavor. So, yeah, it didn't work out. I didn't win the case. I wanted to try to be grape flavor. I mean, I'm grape color, right? But nope, I didn't win. So, well,
Well, were you born in terms and were you born into the purple color, or did you get to like choose from an assortment? Was this like a scenario where like someone picked it for you maybe, or was it a genetic thing that you started with?
oh no, they just they ran me through the machines. Like I said earlier, they put me through the little conveyor belts,
Right,
and they
of
were like
course.
little chocolate, and then a little bit of candy, and then a little bit of purple, and then later, when I matured enough, they stuck a peanut inside of me, and here we are. I'm a peanut M&M. That's purple.
What was your experience like on that conveyor belt? Was it because like
There's a
did you
camaraderie
want
with
to
the
be on
other
there?
M&Ms.
Yeah.
Well, the process was a little bit horrifying. I'll tell you that. All kinds of
Sounds it, yeah.
buzzing and beeping and people yelling at each other, "Don't eat the peanuts. Don't eat the M&Ms." And M's. And I'm like, "No, not me." But you know what? I'm still here. I'm still
Wait,
here. I'm a
there were
little old and kind of cracking
anti-consumerism
a little,
protests?
but oh yeah, they had some kind of rule, where I'm just uh I don't know. They're not allowed to eat the peanuts, or the M&Ms in the factory, but sometimes they do. Sometimes they grab up a little handful of the poor little M&Ms and just crunch, 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 and you can hear them scream.
With
It
Jesus.
was
wait,
horrifying, terrible.
And then suddenly silence.
I
wait,
have
with people
nightmares
with
every
people
night.
eating all of these
You know,
M&Ms. How many of your friends are still around? Your family?
they're all dead. I survived though because somebody dropped me on the ground, and then I
Oh no.
rolled away.
Have you just been like rolling through like city after city, road tripping across every continent you can find? What have you seen
Absolutely.
across the
It's
country?
it's it's my life. I go all around the world, rolling around. I have to avoid, the puddles and the rain and all that, or else I'll lose my purple luster, and
How many times have you been
uh,
mistaken for a Skittle?
oh, yeah, okay. There's been a couple times, but I escaped, so or else I wouldn't be here anymore. I'd be dead. I would have been eaten up and then dissolved into their body, and then they just poop me out and I'd be dead. That would suck.
Oh
But
no.
I'm still here. I am
Um,
probably the oldest peanut alive.
Probably, actually. You sound
Yeah,
very
I have a
fermented.
question. So, according to
yeah,
the
I'm a little
to the
banged up, but
tagline on the advert, it says "melts in your mouth, not in your hand." What exactly does that mean?
well, um, exactly that. I have to avoid all kinds of moisture and everything, or I'll just melt. That will be the end of me.
Oh,
No,
we're
yeah.
70% water. I don't know if we can we continue this?
Yeah. I mean,
I,
only
I'm going.
70%.
I, I mean, I'm running a little low
I feel
today,
like
if I'm being honest. I'm
15% of that is
sweating right
vodka,
now.
surely.
And but yeah, just because I want to keep you safe, maybe I'm gonna like stand over here as we ask more questions. I don't want to accidentally
Oh
like
yes,
sweat
yes.
or like spit as I talk on you, because
Hmm.
like how much water can you withstand?
None. Absolutely zero. There was one time I barely just rolled into a tiny little droplet on a table one time. And now see, like some of the purple is gone in that little
Oh
spot. So I
no.
gotta be careful because
Oh.
you
Do
know,
you need a
I wanna
home?
keep the purple. Purple's a I don't know. I don't necessarily trust anybody not to eat me, so I
You know
don't
what you
really
need? You
sometimes
need
I
to.
squat in places, right? Like I'll go ahead and squat underneath, a house, somebody's house, or
So
What you
tunnel or
need is
I'll
find
to
you.
find
squat.
a
I'll
nice
squat in a
couch
tree
to
house
fall down
or
the
a
back of.
little. Yeah, yeah,
You
Oh
couch.
or
That
yeah,
or
works.
e- or
That
perhaps
works. It takes
somebody's
a while for
handbag.
anyone to
Just fall
see me.
into the bottom of the handbag, or
just
maybe
the
in the
back
bottom of a
corner.
car. They're all
Oh yes,
dry and safe, and you just be there for years.
yeah,
Nobody. You
That car
know.
might be crushed with you in it before you get eaten by
yeah.
anything.
I can
Yeah.
only I can only squat in a purse for about maybe a few hours before danger can happen. So
Mm.
All
All
right.
right.
So
Well,
if you
do we
would,
have any questions from the audience?
yeah, any questions for a resident purple M&M? And if not, if you would like to actually house this purple M&M, give them
Can I
some
ask him?
place to stay long term, maybe in like a comfortable case of some kind, like commemorative, for like the M&M anniversary. I know
Maybe
M&M's
like an
been a
empty
rapper
Tic
for
Tac
quite some
box.
time. Yeah, an empty Tic Tac box would do just fine. If you would like to help them out, go to that side of the audience. And if you're like, I do not want to be responsible for this purple M&M, go to that side of the audience. Yeah, this is less of a hiring scenario and more of an adoption. Uh,
I don't know. What if they just want to gobble me up? I'm not sure.
That's true.
I'm
does anybody
unsure.
also have the budget for therapy for a piece of candy? Just any kind of personal or relationship therapy. Uh, Yoonji, I know that you're very sweet. You could take her in. I'm not going to put that on you anyway. So, thank you so much. Razor, it looks like you got plenty of people. This has turned into a weirdly dark scenario, but Razor, you have done a magnificent job. Thank you so much for for
Thank you so
joining
much.
us. Hope you have a lovely one.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Um,
Oh wait, I
so
got a
do
visitor.
we want
Hold
to do
on.
another one of those, or do we want to move on to the next game?
We can do another one if we
All
have another
right.
person who's willing to come upstairs. Come
Who
upstairs.
else wants to
Just come
pretend
up
to
this
have a
one
job?
stair.
Just yeah, yeah, just whoop,
Come upstairs.
yeah. If you wanna pretend to have a job that you do not actually have, then just hop right up on the stage. Otherwise, we're going to the next game.
Anybody?
Beep.
Ooh, aha! We have a
Hey.
Boop beep.
ninja. All
Beep boop
right.
beep.
Alrighty.
Boop beep.
So we might have to keep quiet so that she can let the purple M&M sleep just next to her. She's made some space. But if you would like to, in the meantime, shout out just a made-up job that doesn't exist. Just any career you could possibly imagine. Anything you
Anybody?
can think of. Just
Is
one
everyone's
title.
microphones working?
Yes, exactly. So it could be someone shouting at the top of their lungs like on Jeopardy. Oh, what did I hear?
Like any word, just make up a
Yeah,
bullcrap
just make
word.
up a job. Like a
Anything that
fake
you could
job.
imagine it being a job to somebody in some story somewhere.
M&M counselor.
I don't
Come
know,
on, just
a
make something up.
schlinger.
A schlinger. Okay, fine. That we weirdly enough, I don't remember us ever having a made up word for this one, just made up jobs surrounding existing words. So, Yunji, would you like to have your work cut out for you as a schlinger?
Yeah. So, see, this job, it's a very important one. It's a historical, in fact, because I educate people on Henry David Schlinger Jr., an American psychologist. Yeah.
Okay.
Exclusively on the history of Henry David
That's what they
Exclusively
call-
Schlinger.
this guy. I don't know anything else about anyone else, just this guy.
And that's what they call people who are educated on this subject. They just call them schlingers.
Yes, that's right. That is correct.
Yuji, we
There
have
are
known
only
you for
2
7
licensed
years.
individuals. I am one of the 2, and I am also
Okay.
the second.
Oh, you're Schlinger the second. Okay.
You were
Well,
Schlinger
no,
the
I'm
second.
the second educated one and the first educated one on this subject.
Do you have any relation by any chance to Henry David Schlinger the second, the third, which one? I lose track. I'm not educated in this area.
Well, that's what I'm here for. See, since you're not
Right.
educated, let me educate you on
Thank
Henry
you.
David Schlinger. I am not related to Henry David Schlinger whatsoever. At all.
Is he related to David Schwimmer?
Yes, and by yes I mean absolutely not.
Is he
They're two
related to
completely
Larry
different people.
David?
No, he is not related. But
So-
there are many degrees of separation that theoretically, if you decided that you wanted to go back far enough, you could argue that we are all related to each other, including Henry David Schlinger Jr., an American psychologist known for his work in applied behavior analysis.
I was going to ask, what were the major contributions that Henry David Schlinger made to the field of psychoanalysis?
See, about that, right? He's known for applied behavior analysis, where you analyze behavior and then you apply it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So how
It's very
old-
scientific, much career. He's a
Is he
very
still
smart
alive?
guy. He's from Cal State University, Los Angeles, professor
Cal
of
State.
psychology.
That's where you did your major, isn't it, Cal State?
Right, exactly. I would actually fit inside one of the cows, but that's a story for another day. Now, Yunji, how old is this gentleman? Is he still around?
This gentleman, though it might say
Henry
that he
David
is from
Schlinger?
our time, little did you know, he's actually timeless. He is from the beginning of all time and all things.
Wait,
That
he
is
must
why
have
he's so
taught
good at
Sigmund Freud a thing or
psychology, you
two.
guys.
Ah,
Yeah. In
is
fact,
he
in
is he more of a
fact,
pragmatist, or is he like a? Is he one of those? He's like a Freudian analyst, or is he like other types of analyst that I don't know off the top of my head? Like what's
Is he a
how does he
philosopher?
approach?
he is a psychic analyst. In fact, he's so psychic, he knows what you're thinking about right now and knows how you're
Oh,
going to
damn.
behave as a result.
just
And then
wanna
he will apply
apologize
his knowledge. He
to
will
Henry
apply his
David
knowledge to
Schlinger
change
For that thought
time.
that I had no control over. Okay. Won't happen
Wait,
again.
hold on. If you know so much about Henry David Schlinger, what am I thinking of right now?
You're picking up. Wait, let me use applied psychological sciences of the Henry Schlinger way. You are thinking that you want a cookie.
Oh shit. that is very impressive.
Yes, but it's not
I was
any
th-
ordinary cookie. They're rainbow cookies.
Oh, you got me. And like also it's like an Oreo but without the cream in it. That would make it
With
better,
peanut
probably.
M&Ms.
With peanut M&Ms on top. But yeah, so now is he in any way related to like the hash slinging slasher?
Only in theory.
Okay.
Only in theory. Yeah. But you know,
Alright.
something really great about him is that he's also really good at verbal analysis. Yeah, did you know that?
No, what is that?
Verbal.
What?
It's where
Like a lyricist?
you use your lippy flappies and then you make some talkie walkies and then you think about it for a bit and
Yeah,
then you
I don't know
make
this,
an interpretation.
This complicated technical jargon.
Interpretativeness.
Yeah.
So so now if I wanted to like position you in the middle of like a national park and just have you spouting out facts about Henry David Schlinger to any random passerby, what would be your going rate, like hourly, for just like to anybody passing by, just fact about Henry David Schlinger,
It's about the going rate as a priest might get for running a chapel. About that rate, this is a religion. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. This is a religion.
I was gonna ask earlier if he's Jewish, but I guess my question is answered now.
Yeah, indeed. He's also best friends with Cthulhu. That's why Cthulhu is so good at making people go insane. But that's another
Cthulhu
story
learned
for
from
another
him.
day.
Wait,
Yes,
this hold on. This is a whole thing. Wait, so what happens if you look directly at Henry David Schlinger?
your life will be changed forever. Instead of losing your sanity, you will gain so much sanity that you wouldn't understand how you didn't have sanity to begin with.
Damn.
Are you telling me all of us are at a baseline insane?
You are correct. I'm sorry to bring up this news, everyone. Uh, don't need to lay down in defeat. Okay, there is hope. There is Henry Schlinger, Jr.,
Those sound like Avril
psychologist,
Lavigne lyrics. But if you would,
known for
what
his
was
work
that?
in applied behavior analysis.
But you said junior, so he has it's like a child,
No,
or is
he
just
is
he
the
the child?
junior. That
Oh, but he's been
there
here
is a
since the start of
super
time.
there is a super Henry Schlinger. Believe
So
it or not.
there's not a
He's a
Henry
parent.
David Schlinger Senior. There's a Henry David Schlinger Super, which is like
That's right.
some Greek deity of like just an ultra,
He's
just
he's
ginormous
friends with
curly
Cthulhu,
beard.
so you know.
Yeah, I. What does sorry Henry David? I keep forgetting certain parts. What does Henry David Schlinger Super even look like?
Just close your eyes, right? Okay. Everybody close your eyes. Okay. You see those swirling lights that you see floating about in your eyes in the darkness? That's only a sliver, a fraction of his essence that permeates within us all.
Sliver of Schlinger. Schlinger
That's
sliver.
right.
Oh my God,
Schlinger,
he's played.
Schlinger sliver,
Sliver.
Oh my God, he's
uh,
played by Matthew Lillard.
essence of American psychologist known for his work in applied behavior analysis.
So, if you would
You have to
like
look
to
this up on
hire
Wikipedia later.
Yunji here as your friendly neighborhood schlinger, then go to that side of the audience. If you would not like to, go to that side of the audience. We have an extremely passionate Schlinger fan. I
There
have
you
never
go.
seen someone rocket to the to that side of the audience as fast as you have. It looks like we
Winner,
got some
winner. Henry
Schlingites here.
David Schlinger. There you go.
We need Henry David
Thank
Schlinger
you.
on the fucking scene. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we
thank you so
totally
much,
do.
Yunji, for educating us. Yeah, I
Absolutely.
now fear all of my existence, but I really appreciate living in the same world. I appreciate living in Henry David Schlinger's world, and
Yes.
you are part of the
Please,
reason I even know about it.
please appreciate Henry David Schlinger, American psychologist, applied behavior analysis, doopadoo, and don't be confused with Schlonger. That is a whole other thing that is completely unrelated.
That's his
Thank
brother.
you.
Google it.
His brother. That's his brother who works
Google a
in the adult
schlonger.
industry, entertainment industry. Uh,
Yeah. All right. So, for the next game, how about we play a little bit? Oh, right. Uh, I forgot. So there is a little itty bitty tweak that I want to make to a game that we played here in Banter last time. Um, I forget what was the name of the game that we what was the name that we decided. We're going to call it D&D Light for now. But basically, so we're going to bring however many of you up here as love D&D. If you enjoy the concept of D&D, but even if you don't know how to play much, you just hop right up on stage if you're excited for that kind of thing. What we're going to do is we're going to tell a story. We're not going to be individual characters. We're just going to tell a story taking turns. Here's the twist. I'm gonna pull out a D20, and then for the next turn, I'm gonna say a number, and then the next term has to correspond to how. This is a longer explanation than it needs.
this
Uh,
is complicated.
so basically, it's gonna be a number from 1 to 20. 10 is mediocre. 20 is incredible. The one is ooh god no. And so we're gonna take turns telling a story, and that's gonna decide how good the outcome is of the next part. So if you would like to say good shit and bad shit and medium shit that happens in a story, then hop right up on stage. And if you think that I should explain it a lot simpler, then go to the back of the audience and just rev up to jump on. Or if we just need to play a whole different game, then we will play instead. Um, The Y game, something simpler. So what we're going to do is we're going to get a bunch of people to line up here. A little bit different though. You're just going to be asked questions. So we're going to be asking questions along a line of people, Shiseki and I, and you are just going to have to answer questions, whether it's truthfully, whether you're lying through your teeth. We're just going to be having fun with it, okay? So hop up on stage if you want to give that a try. Literally,
People are
just
very shy
you.
today.
I picked a
Yeah, you
It's
make
fine.
shit up, and that's it. And we ask a thing, and you make shit up in response. That's all. There's not even wrong answers here. there's
It's
there's
just for
just
fun, guys.
things.
There's no wrong
Yeah,
answers.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. There
technically,
is no
we had a
possible way
wrong
to
answer
fuck
once.
this
We
up.
had to kick them from banter.
Right.
No,
Exactly. Yeah, we their
that never
accounts
happened.
days were numbered.
There's
But
literally
yeah.
no
Oh
wrong answer.
Thank you so much, Yoonji.
Yeah. All right.
I am totally comfortable groveling for for the next 45 minutes. Anyway,
Can we
so
get
Yoonji,
one other
we're gonna
person?
do a lightning round of this now. Okay. Actually, you know
Just the
what?
two of us.
We're gonna have a little treat. This is. Do you want to play the D&D one, or do you want to play the Y game? We're gonna leave it up to you.
Whatever you want.
Okay. So, uh, let's give the D&D one a try because I'm excited about it.
Combine them.
Uh,
Combine
ah,
them
Do them
both into
both at the same
one.
time.
combine them both. Shiseki, do you have any idea how to combine them both?
Yeah, you just do it, and then afterwards ask why.
All right. So I'm gonna pull out.
But remember,
So,
when people answer what they're going to do for the next part of the story, they have to say
right,
that before you do the dice roll, because otherwise they can pick something different.
right. Well, I was thinking that like the dice roll, like we'd do the dice roll, and then they'd say something good or bad corresponding to it. Is what I was
Oh,
thinking.
okay. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Okay, so I of course didn't bring this up on my phone beforehand. This is why you watch live, folks. Anyway, so uh,
I didn't do it.
20 dice. Okay, so in fact, Lunar, would you like to come up with the start to our story?
Um, you have a neighbor that's been getting on your nerves recently, and you need to deal with them.
Good.
Ooh.
It's time to take out the
Okay.
trash.
Now, I remember I was dictating the first time, and I'm gonna be part of the line this time. Okay, so for the first turn, we'll go with Shiseki, and we will give you a We'll give you a 2. God damn it.
All right. You decide that the first thing you need is some intel. You decide to surreptitiously place cameras around their house, but you accidentally slip and fall, and it becomes really obvious that you're checking out their house.
Okay, Yoonji, we're gonna go counterclockwise. Okay, we're gonna go 10.
Yeah, so it was really awkward, right? But it was kind of okay because, I mean, you're pretty sure that someone heard you, but nobody saw you, so it was mid.
Yeah. Oh shit! But it looks like you found because we got a 20. You found you found pictures of your neighbor going to the most embarrassing thing that we are comfortable shaming. I'm trying to think because nothing that'd be actually like awful. We found pictures of your next door neighbor going to a Christmas sweater convention. It wasn't even a Christmas convention. It was a Christmas sweater convention. And now all the neighbors are gonna laugh and roll over in their lawn chairs or something. Especially with the next number being 3.
Yeah. You decided that you were going to set a trap, and you also were going to register for the Christmas jumper convention in secret, and then try and catch them out. But unfortunately, you clicked reply all on the email, and you accidentally emailed everybody in the neighborhood that you were actually going.
All right. 18, UNG.
But because of the fact that you applied all, suddenly you had like tons of insider connections so that you could like weasel your way into your enemy's sort of like inner secret life, and you got that juicy gossip, you know? You're muted.
You're muted.
Sure. The number was 7. The juicy gossip was like, unfortunately, just that their aunt during Thanksgiving made like a slightly spicy cranberry casserole, and it wasn't really supposed to be spicy, but she wanted to cover up for the fact that she didn't have any paprika. She just had cayenne pepper. But the next number is 18.
Um, having those contacts in the wool industry, where they made the jumpers, you decided that you were going to exact revenge on your neighbor for some unspecified reason, and actually replace the yarn that was being used that he was using with candy floss.
Nat 1, UNG.
But the candy floss, man, the temptation, it was too much. You had to eat it, and it tasted like shit. You thought it would taste better, but then you realized that when you did decide to eat it, it was actually worn by your neighbor, and it was kind of crusty because they hadn't showered in like a week, and all you could think about was trying to wash your mouth out, and you couldn't even do that because you tried to eat the soap, and then you wound up swallowing it, and it made you really sick.
With a 13, you just like lost taste for profanity ever again though because of that. So it was like you did have just like a slight benefit to it. You just it was because not everybody likes to hear the fucks and the shits. But you could come to the Christmas sweater convention and you wouldn't stick out like a sore thumb trying to out your neighbor. And Shiseki, if you want to close us out with a 12.
Oh, you turn up at the sweater convention, crusty from eating cotton candy sweater, and your neighbor notices you there, and it's awkward for a bit, but then you somehow just make it up because you both have this great enthusiasm for Christmas sweaters. That's not the way you
You
expect
know,
it to turn out.
it's a perfectly adequate and wholesome ending to our to our story of a mild neighborly rivalry. All right. So, for the next game actually, and if anybody else wants to hop up for this one, and UNG, if you would like to stay right there, that is totally within your right. Under the United States
For the rest
Constitution,
of the
I
game.
think you live in the
Just for the
United
rest of
States.
the show.
Who said I lived
Oh,
in the
yeah.
United States? I'm a citizen of Banter. How dare you, Doopadoo?
Oh my God! But yeah, so
I'm
if
pretty sure
anybody else
Banter
wants to
is
hop
in
up,
Canada, right?
is Banter what?
Just joking.
Oh, okay. I
It's
really
the
thought you were
province.
serious for a second there. But yeah. So if you'd like to jump up, then you can at the count of 3 and 2 and 1, and it's going to be just UNG and us. Okay. So for the next game, it will be a game of the Y game. If Shiseki, you'd like to start off, since I did the rolling for the last game.
I
So
have a
there's just going to be
question.
two of you.
I have a question.
Yes. What is your question?
Why?
That is
Well,
a good
because we
question.
really,
Hopefully we're going to
we
answer that
really-
tonight.
Why?
You can hear my brain just going. You divided by 0 on Improv
Why?
Night.
All right, let's
Indeed.
start off.
Yeah,
Let's start off with
move
Stevie
over.
here. Stevie normally sporting bright green hair, but for some reason tonight, it's yellow. So what's the deal?
I thought that for shit. Okay, I thought that for Daddy's Day I would cosplay as Paris Hilton in not Paris Hilton. What was her name? Reese Witherspoon in Legally Blonde. Both as like a gay or European parallel, but also just because it's nice to wear bright pink. But I'm not wearing the bright pink right now because like I wanted to keep it clean. But I thought like the blonde hair would be nice. Am I actually blonde right now?
Yes. Yes,
Oh,
you are.
what?
Absolutely.
Yes. Yeah.
You're
I'm gonna
like
watch
yellow
this
like
back.
a squash.
Oh. All right. Yeah.
All right.
Indeed.
And what sort of qualifications do you need to become legally blonde? Is that a do you have to pass the bar or?
To become legally blonde, you
Mm.
must get it down on paper. Where you know how like when you get your driver's license, you have to say like what color your eye is and then what color your hair is. Well, you just
Mm.
tell them what color your hair is. Doesn't matter what color your hair is, they'll write it down and then you'll be legally blonde because it shows on your card. But
Right.
I wouldn't say to falsify your documents or anything like that, but theoretically, you could be legally blonde.
Right. So how did this used to be enforced before they had color photos?
What would happen is they would get a special kind of brush. It was often used by Judy Garland. You would kind of run it through the hair, and if it was dyed blonde, then it would start to sparkle. But you like when sparkles happen, of course, but in this case, it was how they knew, and so it was actually very frightening. A lot of people got kicked out of entire industries and studios for it. But if you were naturally blonde, because if it was just like a legal status, then it was very different than if they were actually born with it. And then you could be hired as uh, Reese Witherspoon, and that's about it. Reese Witherspoon had a lot of jobs, and in every job that she ever had, if you wanted to have it after that, you had to naturally and not just legally be blonde. So, they had to tighten restrictions.
That all makes sense, but I'm still confused. If they had black and white photos, how could they confirm that you were the person? Because you wouldn't tell. There was no color in the photo to tell whether they were blonde or not. How? If
But see,
you turned up at the passport control or something, and they said, "Yes, here I am," and they looked at the photo and then went,
well, because it just says blonde on it,
yeah,
just written the words blonde, so it must be
oh,
true,
oh,
right?
okay, fair enough. Okay, fair enough. Right, well, I mean, I don't know where we're going with that, so
Okay.
uh,
So, if you would like to rearrange and I'll switch places, just if you'd like to swap spots a few times, make me lose
there
track.
you go.
Just take it away. It just- All right. So, Yunji, now,
Yes.
what what is the place that you almost got your sunglasses but decided to go to another place instead? Like, what place were you just not quite having it?
At Disneyland, at the Tiki Hut, because I got distracted by the Dole Whip ice cream that is absolutely delicious. So I didn't wind up getting the Mickey Mouse sunglasses at the little like cart next to it, and then I wound up going somewhere else and I got myself a plushie instead.
Okay. So Shiseki, now, this like Dole Whip ice cream, what is the consistency of that? What's like the texture?
Dole Whip. What's the
The flavor that she said.
yeah? I mean, have you never tasted a Dole before? It's just like that, but you know, whipped into a mousse. So
I like
you know,
I like getting whipped into shape, but I have no idea I don't like cuz UNG, do you have to I, my mind's drawing a blank. Like, do you have to like throw a specific like a bottle of vanilla extract in there or something? Like, what is a dole?
A dole. A dole is, absolutely where you take like a door handle, but you smush it so tightly that it suddenly turns into the consistency of ice cream. But when you do it, you got to put your glutes into it, and you got to shake that ass several times, and then you have to say some magical words like doopadoo and doopadee,
Okay.
and then
So it's just
voila.
so
And it tastes
Shiseki,
like
is this the
pineapple.
fantastic? I love a good pineapple. Shiseki, is this the reason why you have such a world-renowned tush?
it is. In fact, I studied at Glutz University. Right? It's true. Right? If you want to, be able to mash doll with the best of them, you have to be able to squat. You know, I work all day at the squat rack. every day on my glutes. Okay, and I can mash dolls like you wouldn't believe. You
Like a
know,
walnut
I
in
often
the
take
doll.
like video footage of myself at the gym, and I get myself a lot of trouble because I put the camera down and I'm just there squishing dude. What's that?
If
Squashing
anybody
dolls.
would like this footage, you can take. I'll take your word for it. But you can contact Shiseki via DMs.
Actually,
Yeah.
I did get kicked out of some gyms because they said that the noise was too loud. But yeah.
What noise was he making you?
I mean, clearly he was making the noise of his people.
Oi! No, I'm sorry. Chip chip. No.
Every time I squash a doll, that's the noise. Like, oi, oi, oi,
Bro,
You gotta throw a
Bro.
unite in there somewhere.
oi.
Dost thou even
And I
lift?
just look down, and the doll is squished.
God.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I'll let you finish that bottle of water, but Shiseki, I'm so sorry. I, I, I started to wonder, like, why did they ban dolls from the gym though? At the what would you call it? Tush University.
Glutes, Glutes
Glutes, thank you.
University, or Glutes U. You know.
Glutes you.
Yeah.
Glutes you very much.
Yeah. It's you know, our mascot is a
Go
giant
on.
peach. We we have an American football team that's just very we really get in there with our shoulders and just
So Yunji, now how did like your friend James got like a lifetime job as the like the mascot of the giant peach? I want to know what was the training regimen that he had to go through and how much dole really is in that peach?
Oh, there's so much dough. There's so much dough. It's dough for days. In fact, James, James is a dole fiend. Believe it or not, he smashed those glutes so hard. He lifted so hard, bruh, that eventually the peach came to be. It came into existence. That's why it's the mascot. You see, because he's what everyone at Glutes U looks up to when they think about the perfect dole. When you smash your glutes and you smash that
Now,
ass.
now Shiseki, I I I have to ask you the question that is on everybody's minds surrounding the slogan of Glutes U, and I just want to know for real, is it cake?
uh it is cake by the ocean. We are a university that's right by the sea, and Pacific to be specific, and
Uh,
we we just you know glute quench every single day. And if you want to sign up to our fraternity, then you know that we're gonna crush some doll.
So, now finally, Yunji. Now, for the principal, the headmaster Joseph Adam Jonas, what was the like? What was in his mind behind creating Glutes U, and what did he contribute to the Dole community?
Well, you see, it's one very simple thing. For the love of dole, the love that can only be satisfied by smashing, not
All
passing,
right.
smashing.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Some
much to
Dole.
Yunji. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much to Yunji. Thank you to everybody who
you.
came. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you to both of everybody who came up on stage today. Whether you give one laugh or one vote. Sorry, I'm just trying to. There we go. And then yeah, if you would like to come to these shows with every single we have them every single Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have probably said, even though we've had it at 7 for quite some time, I think I have said 6 for most of the outro still. It's just because it's a habit. But yeah, so Friday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, we bounce between banter and VR chat. And if you would like any details on that or where to find us and the notifications, you can go to improvvr.co.uk. That is improv, then an r.co.uk. Shiseki, do you have any final thoughts?
Just go, glutes, you.
Ah,
Glue
it's
to,
really weird to say this
glue
after
to.
that, but free Palestine. Have a lovely time. Mwah! And
You